value of the items people bring to the pawn shop varies depending on
What y'all
the
doing?
condition, authenticity, and rarity.
It's got inflation.
People have no idea about the item's real value.
Alright, what's up, stream?
The thing that pawn stars use to their advantage is the fact that most people bring their stuff to the shop.
I'm actually not lagging right now. I think it's because I'm in the
We
playground.
have heard Rick say I gotta make
But
profit
yeah, I'm
here
just happy I'm
countless
not
times,
lagging
and
because I
resorting
love
to
streaming with you guys.
negotiation tactics and scheming
Too,
to
brother.
secure low
Love you, brother.
No homo shit.
Yeah, no homo type shit, brother. We love. Love you, my brother. Hey, Amari. I'm Caucasian Canadian.
One time,
You guys see the my shit up there.
Yeah, I don't lag in playgrounds, so.
got herself a neat deal as she sold
One fell, one fell.
later it turned out that
One fell and the other one just a complete idiot.
Don't shoot them down.
not only the man got robbed, but he also had no chance of
Yo, I
taking
almost
them
clipped
back,
that
since
dude in
Rick
the
and
head.
gang decided to melt the coins down to make more money from actually selling the gold than they had initially spent on the coins. The story goes
I'm not. Don't shoot it down.
Jesus,
Whew,
that's cheese.
good job.
Let's go.
You mean my Okay. It turned out that the gold coin collection was actually worth about
Break it, break it, break it, break it, break the wall, break the wall. But break the wall, please.
Not only did the uncle got robbed, but his niece got schemed by the pawn stars and got only about
Don't die, don't die.
before she was finally caught and served a sentence for theft.
I can't save you.
Back in season
Dude,
7,
this kid, there's no way in this kid killing me except for me lagging or me just being horrible.
in the pawn shop. He saw an opportunity in the Lord's
Sorry, stream, but this kid
pawn
is
shop to
bad.
sell a 15th century samurai sword. David got the sword as a collateral.
Alright, I'm gonna push
but
in,
found it didn't come
I
back to
guess.
claim it, so the lawyer decided to sell it, not having
Oh
a clue
my,
how
how is
much
he not
the sword
hitting
was
these?
worth. Back in his confessions before the negotiation with the seller took place, the lawyer said that he had seen a few of those swords going for thousands of dollars, which makes his initial offer of $800
That Klinger's done, though.
Alright, don't kill him, let me kill him.
Hands at $1,500, which is a steal. Still, the unsuspecting lawyer, not realizing he had just been schemed,
What are you watching?
that's how happy he was. The expert was brought in a little later on.
Hey, leave him alone, let me cap him real quick.
$5,000 to $6,000, and it's
Dog, to be honest, I would trade the Mare Marauder for the soccer skin.
if Corey decided to undertake a $3,000 restoration, which counted as a score. In the episode title put up here due to receiving
100 IQ play chat.
Bob entered the pawn shop hoping to sell a 400
I'm gonna borrow
that was
his.
supposedly once owned by Sir Isaac Newton, who was known for dabbling in the occult matters. The book dealt with the matters of alchemy and was believed to
Dude,
be
I thought you
one
was
of
somebody
the
and you
remaining
broke
books
in with
from
a
Sir Isaac
flashlight.
Newton's personal library. The old man immediately recognized the possible value of the book, but just to be on the safe side, a rare book expert Gary was called in. After discovering handwritten notes
Where
and
are they?
formalizing the margins, Gary did confirm that the book was authentic and that it really belonged to Newton, so he estimated the book's value. Still, despite its high value, the old
Listen,
man
don't move,
offered a
don't move.
insultingly low amount of
Oh,
$5,000
no.
for the book, but Bob eventually managed to sell it. Even though he was schemed in the end,
What are
Bob at
they?
least took some more grand out of Bullsman's pocket. Now, nobody was schemed in this big, but they almost did, so it found its place in
Dude, you
the
can
list.
rock ride
One
yourself
time,
with this
a man
thing.
named Clint brought a baseball signed by 1951 champion New York Yankees.
Oh, I almost
to the
did it.
pawn shop. Clint's initial price was $3,000, which seemed more than fair considering the item's condition and backstory. However, not wanting to make a mistake, the old man called Brenda, a handwriting expert, compared the signatures from the ball with the authentic ones she had for her, and concluded they were the real deal. Brenda gave the old man some room to have the value of the ball is subjective, and
Hey, watch it.
the best that the old man $800 for the ball, so
I'm trying to pick myself up with
purchase
this thing,
item.
but it's not working.
Our customer is a man named Adam, and in the episode called the Holy Pawn, he brought a double-sided leaf of the famous book of the Bible. The item was so valuable since it was the first book ever printed in a full metal-type press. Rick knew that specialist to appraise it. since the last sale of a full rival was
What the?
held belief against the lights inspector for chain lines present in handmade paper from that
Oh, let me
period.
take care of this real quick.
In the end, the lease worth was estimated at around
Hey, where are they at?
Dude, he just like.
still too high for Rick, who doubled
Hold up
down
1 second, let me take care of him because he wants to shoot at my boy.
Behind. Got him. He came after me, so I just murdered him. What are these minis?
Naturally, the number was way too low for Adam, who tried to raise it back to 55,000, which was still 10,000 less than the initial asking price. While Rick wasn't entirely comfortable with the negotiation,
Yeah, you need a mini?
eventually settled for just $47,000, nearly 20,000 less
I know
than
you
the
got that
original
show, huh?
price, which means Adam was
Good
practically
stuff, bro.
schemed, considering the rarity and the real value of
I see him.
A man brought in an original Colt 45 revolver that he wanted to sell in the episode aptly titled Peacemaker. Since the gun saw a rise in popularity on both sides of the law back in the day, Rick was immediately interested in it from the start.
Hit one.
Hold up, don't kill him, let me get this kid real quick.
Any antique gun he can,
Ever? Hold up, do not shoot a gun at. Hey, no! Hey, delete that, I wanna get this kid.
so Rick decided to jump in without
Are you ready?
I'm seeing
Ah.
they're inside.
They struck a deal
Alright, I see, do not kill him.
later on. The expert concluded that the gun was
Look at
worth
him,
at least
look at him.
5,000, and
Where?
the price could
Look at him, look at this.
depending
Ah, no. Don't kill him, don't kill him.
on the first ever Colt 45 sold for crazy
Hey, hold up, don't kill him.
$1,000 back in
Jump. Don't kill him. Pop.
Which means that Rick did make an offer within that
Bruh,
price range,
this
but
is
he
fun,
still
bruh.
schemed the customer. Another customer that was almost schemed
I
by the
try like
silver
the
pawn shop
pyramid
was a
view.
woman by the name of Diane. In season 4, she came to the pawn shop with a bound copy of The Godfather screenplay, which wouldn't be all that interesting if it weren't for the mysterious signature of Val on the first page. Diane wanted to sell the script so she could raise funds for the charity organization, hoping it's worth $10,000.
Dude, I'm gonna shoot you down if you
Still,
don't quit
without
building up.
much to go on except enigmatic Cal, everyone thinking about Al Pacino. So Rick called in a handwriting expert, John, who eventually confirmed the authenticity of the signature. Despite the fact that The Godfather is one of the greatest movies of all time, $500 for it, so Diane decided to keep it. Ultimately, she managed to sell the screenplay for a whopping $12,000 at a charity fundraiser. But there was a twist. After hearing about the auction, The Godfather
Wow, you're gonna let him kill me like that. I see how it is. And he's gonna take all my
was
loot.
out ready, and he was actually the one who signed the script. When the Pawn Stars aired for the first time ever, a man brought Rick in 1890 Hotchkiss 2-powder cannon. Both the expert and cannon restorer checked the cannon
Got 'em
out,
both.
and later even tested
Yeah,
it
my
at
loot.
range. After Rick asked how much he could pay for the cannon and still make money, the expert replied,
Yeah, they had some of
"I
your
would say
loot.
$40,000
Don't worry, it's
all
all
day
there.
long." The customer was pretty happy, saying that he had only expected to get 30,000, which admittedly doesn't give you the best starting point for negotiations. But Rick also accepted this price immediately. This probably
Yo, he left.
more money
He
to get
left.
out of the cannon
Bro, he got
than
stuck
the
right
seller
here and he left. They both
negotiations,
left.
So the seller was most likely
No.
schemed.
You know what that means, Eric? Twitch streams nigga.
Made, ate, and smoked cigars. The
You're gonna
JFK
destroy
owned
me, you
was
know
in the
that.
White House between 1961 and
No, I'm not that good
1963.
anymore.
The seller was hoping to get $95,000 for it, unsure how low he was willing to go. Still, he made a costly mistake by revealing that he's looking for some quick cash.
Yeah, bro,
since
they
he has a
left,
private
bro.
museum and
They're
wants to
out.
move to a bigger facility, which obviously
Hey, let me get your silenced car.
using the fact to his advantage.
Nah, bro, that's mine, dude.
$50,000, and even though the seller hesitated to lower the price that much, they settled for $60,000, which is still scheming as the box was really valuable. Rick and the old man made a sweet deal when they bought a restored 1962 Lincoln
What, nigga?
Continental. The seller demonstrated
What?
that after doing most of the work himself, he had put enough time and money into it.
What? A what? For what? The what?
The Ashley's Kiki handcuffs.
Come here.
No!
Oh yeah, you're fucking weird. Hey Eric, what happens if I press this button?
What button?
This button. Oh!
Bro, nah, you did that on purpose. I'm not playing this no more, bro.
I didn't really do it on purpose, to be honest. Oh, alright, you wanna go, Eric? Okay! Alright.
I'm not even building at this point.
Oh, nigga.
Why you gotta use the bouncer though?
I see you. You're a fucking bitch, my nigga. He said, "Don't kill me." I was like, "Alright," so I go away. You're a fucking bitch.
But I was low.
Nah,
bruh.
shut your bitch ass up.
And he was finally ready to let it go. He was looking to get $13,000 to $14,000 for the old car, but since the Pawn Stars pointed out that the interior had been neglected, they shook hands at just $9,500, leaving the seller with a loss of $3,500 to $4,500, which definitely qualifies as
You're
a
a fucking bitch.
On top of that, it turned out that the original showroom price for the Lincoln was $10,000, so Rick and the old man paid less for the car in 2009 than it was worth when it first came to the market in 1962, which is...
Oh, and you took on my heavy, alright. Nah, you're a fuck.
I
nah.
did. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Dude,
you
it's over
did.
here.
Where
It's
is
over
it?
here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
right there.
I don't know where you are. Can you show me?
I'm right by your heavy.
What? Oh. That's not it. That's 6.
Oh, I must have taken it then.
Yeah,
No,
that
because I
happened.
couldn't. Hold on. Cause okay, wait. I think it's up here. This is where I shot you at. No, I don't see it. Dude, it's right there.
Oh.
Wow.
Bitch.
Let me guess, you took all my loot, right?
No, I just took my heavy and my wood. I saw everything.
I don't mean I shop for a car. I mean I went from I want a car to here's my car. Using an app. Let me show you how that works. Because it's new and it's fair. It's not a loan or a lease or a rental.
But don't,
New.
bro.
I want a car. You want a car. So you use Fair to shop for your car, get approved, set up payment, all from your phone. First, show Fair who you are.
Here's who I am.
All you need is your driver's license to get pre-qualified right here in the app.
Alright, we're starting. Come on, let's go.
It doesn't affect your credit score. Choose a monthly
Starting,
payment
alright.
that works for you. The app analyzes cars in your area and selects just the ones with a fair price.
Not in the low gravity though.
Deal. Then pick the one you want into a long-term commitment. You can trade up, try.
Hey, not in the low gravity. Let's head out of the low gravity.
Sounds fair, doesn't it?
Sounds fair.
Just make the all-in monthly payment for as long as you keep the car. Fair guarantees that you can't do better with a comparable loan or lease.
Where are we
Every car
going?
comes with a limited
Start it.
warranty, routine maintenance, and roadside assistance included.
Are we starting right now? Like right here right now?
Just sign your name and pick up your car.
You think you're good and shit? Pyramiding me, nigga?
Like,
That's your dream.
I'll finish this, okay? And then I'll get off.
That's fair.
That bitch, you gotta get off. Oh yeah, wise nigga. You shoot me down, you're gay.
Oh, but you can use an RPG.
That's what I thought, nigga. You're dookie.
Guys, they've been doing this for over
Come on, build up.
Naturally,
Not gonna shoot you down.
No, I fell down.
That is why today we will be getting
And
into
I've got
the 10
13
most
HP.
expensive purchases on Pawn Stars. But first, here's a quick word from Hypelit.
Hey, did you know Headlet Store makes the coolest merchandise just for you? Place
Cheech.
Nah, I'm gonna leave. But I'm getting off.
Wow, why are you leaving?
There's a bit of everything for
No, because you have to shoot me with an RPG just to get me down.
A man who has invested in
And you had to cheat me
pounds of silver
to get me
is a
down.
great shot. But by the time 12 years had passed since he made that investment, and the price of silver had skyrocketed. Right then, Rick knew he could
Don't
sell
cry,
it
dog.
immediately.
It's
So
okay.
after a quick authentication that the silver was
But
pure,
who's-
he was happy to take it off his hands for a
Oh, yeah,
priceless sum
I
of
forgot. You thought it was low gravity, didn't you?
$1,000.
Hey, what do we got here? A whole lot of silver. Let me help you out real quick.
Ever accuse me?
Man is crazy about silver.
Oh, I thought I hit that. Okay.
9 cents over here, some quarters, got some dollars, and this thing alone's almost 75 pounds.
Oh, that's cool. Most people don't realize until 1964, all U.S. dimes, quarters, half dollars, silver dollars were all made out of silver.
Are you still building, dog?
Considered a piece of relics of
I guess you want to go.
a piece of presidential history, described as once in a lifetime by Rick. He had to have it. The item was a cigar box that once sat by President John Kennedy's desk in the Oval Office, including some unsmoked cigars. Considering
Why?
another
Did I break you down?
No, I tried to grapple up and it wouldn't let me. So I grappled up and then bounced off.
We'll take this off the gentleman's hands for $60,000.
Sure is. And inside are the remaining.
I'm gonna kill you with a grenade, idiot.
So I made a private deal with the white estate to buy some of these items.
Alright, his personal cigar box sold for $500,000. Got your own cigar aficionado magazine. So someone smoked 3 of the cigars.
Not me. That's how I got it.
Perfecto Garcia incense? Is that what it says on them?
Item that you can only obtain
What? Yo, that was close.
A player from the
Wow, dude.
Now, there's actually rules in the NFL to make a Super Bowl ring, and the Patriots were one of them. One of the rules is if it's
No, no materials.
10 carat, it can only weigh a certain amount.
Oh, shoot,
and
me
it can
too.
only have a certain amount of diamonds. The Patriots decided to make it anyways. Rick says he doesn't really want to get rid of it unless you're willing to throw $100,000.
What do I own the Dan Marino down on? Super Bowl ring. It's an actual Super Bowl ring from the 2001 Patriots versus Rams. One of the players came in here a few years ago. I bought it off him. Sort of odd little story. There is rules with the NFL on how you can make a ring. And the Patriots broke every one of them.
Are you one shot?
I've had it in the store for years
No.
because I really don't want to sell
I
it.
am.
Unless
Wait, what
I'm
health
offering
are you
some
at?
stupid amount.
68.
So you are kind of one
Something
shot.
treasure can always be a mystery. You never know the journey that it has taken. But when you have the need to buy one,
I broke myself
take a
down.
closer look. The woman brought a 16-ounce brick Dutch East India Company bell to Rockstar. Immediately,
Yo, I gotta get off already.
entrance. One of the
Why?
concerns was that it was in
Cause I don't know why it's freaking Saturday. But I
They
have to get off
decided
it.
to get an expert to
Cause
take
I
a
can't
look
stay
at
up all
it, and
night.
he explained that 90% of the
Ask him if you
are
can pull it
shallow
on either.
water, thus proving that it is
No,
indeed
because I already told I was gonna get off and he doesn't like. He only said that I could do that one time. Because, you know, it was like season 5 and all that.
Imagine the journey they've been on.
This ain't right. I don't think this thing was in the salt
Of course, all nighter was boring.
You're right.
Yeah, I know, it didn't even, like, I fell asleep.
Most of them are sticking up.
Yeah,
Remember
because
we
you're
did it
rich.
again, though?
Stay there. The bell's genuine. I think.
Yeah, alright, bye. See you tomorrow. Alright, stream, I'll be back.
I love playing soccer, but it's just hard to find a good place to play here.
Well, soccer does run in the family, and it's very nice to see that Aiden fell in love with soccer as much as I did. Having a new pitch for the community will do wonders. This is just the beginning of something so amazing. I always said Aiden to dream big, and now with the help of Target, my boy can go as far as he wants to go.
The convertible was created with one thing in mind: luxury. With its 150 horsepower V12 engine, it was more powerful than most cars of its era. So when Rick and the old man went to check out an exceptionally maintained 32 Roadster, they knew they had to go big if they wanted to ride off with this vintage beauty. In the end, it was $95,000 big, paid in cash, which the owner then pushed back over the counter to buy $95,000 worth of gold.
What do we have here?
You got a 1932 Ford Roadster here.
It's nice. This thing's got to be fast, right?
Yeah, it's right around 500 horse.
Yeah, not a lot of room, man. I feel like a sardine in this thing. Good, man.
Good to see you.
So what do you think?
I think I love it. To be honest with you, ain't nothing cooler than a 1932 Ford hot rod.
This custom guitar belonged to American guitarist Mary Ford, who was the wife of legendary guitarist Les Paul. From 1950 to 1954, Mary and Les co-wrote 16 top 10 hits and sold millions of records. Les's solid body guitar also effectively changed the sound of rock music. Already a rare guitar, made even more valuable with its actual connection to Les Paul. This would become Rick's largest guitar buy of his career. After the owner's initial ask of $250,000, Rick did well to lower the price to $90,000.
This is a 1961 Gibson SG Les Paul Custom. These things are rare. But a Gibson Les Paul actually connected to Les Paul, the value could go through the roof. In the 1950s, Les Paul and his wife Mary Ford had over a dozen #1 hits and sold millions upon millions of records.
Wow. This is amazing. I can't even believe I'm holding this in my hands. Mary Ford's Les Paul.
Rick decided to visit Orlando to attend the biggest coin auction of the year. But Rick had a specific interest there. He wanted a 1915 Panama Pacific octagonal gold coin, as he had a customer back in town who was willing to pay $70,000. So he was hoping attending this coin auction will help him get it a little bit cheaper than that. He ran into a seller who was willing to sell it in perfect condition for $70,000. There was no money to be made there. So he decided to sleep on the offer and see if anybody else had the coin. He ran into another seller with the same exact coin, but it was clean and not in as good condition as he expected. The offer was $48,000, but he knew his buyer back home would not accept. He decided to return to the first seller, and they settled on a good $7,500.
I'm at one of the biggest coin auctions of the year in Florida right now. This is the place where all the big money buyers are at.
Anyone down 90,000, 85,000, Heritage Live. Is there another Heritage Live bidder out there tonight? 85.
Doing a little business, buying and selling. I mean, I have a customer for the coin. I'm not, you know this business, I'm not making a lot of money on this.
And neither am I. So, out of courtesy, I'll do $67.5.
You got a deal, man.
Thank you very much.
Making a little money is a lot.
In 2013, the car rental company Hertz announced a partnership with American entrepreneur Roger Penske to create 150 limited edition Ford GT Mustangs. When a gentleman brought Rick one of the first 10 ever built, Rick asked professional NASCAR driver Joey Logano to give it a test drive. Happy that everything was in working order, Rick struck a deal at $60,000.
So, this guy's selling it, and, actually I was hoping someone might test drive it for me.
I'm always up for that.
I just want to make sure there's no problems at high speed.
Think he's had the thing this fast before?
I got it. Really? It's going 150?
I think the good thing about this car is that it was never rented out. Some guy like me. She runs a short track over there, a little quarter mile.
Another expensive guitar to add to the shop, also owned by a rock legend, Steven Stills of the folk rock group Crossby. Rick instantly appreciated the item. With a bill of sale signed by Stills himself, Rick had to dig deep to get his hands on this holy grail of Gibson guitars. In the end, he was able to take it off the owner's hands for $85,000.
Cool. I would absolutely love to get my hands on this guitar. It's beautiful, it's rare, and it was owned by a rock and roll legend. But it almost seems too good to be true. What's it worth?
It's an expensive guitar, man.
Okay.
I mean, the guitar on its own is probably worth anywhere between 75 and 90 grand just by itself.
I mean, what's your best price on it?
I can do 90.
A man who had no idea what he was bringing to the shop decided to stop by and bring his gold bar. This gold bar was very unique. It had a specific stamp that indicated its age, so they had an expert take a look at it, and he was able to clarify that it was indeed sunken treasure. So basically, if it's sunken treasure, you would take the value of the gold after it's melted, and you would double that. And he was easily able to turn $24,000 into 48 grand. The Pawn Stars gladly accepted that piece of art.
What do we got here? I got a gold bar I want you to look at. What do you think, Pops?
It's gold. I mean, it looks like shipwreck stuff. I buy gold from people every day, but I never have gold bars from a shipwreck walking in my shop.
So you're telling me that's worth $48,000?
In that neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, thanks for coming in, Mel.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're new. Also, don't forget to turn that post notification bell on so you never miss our uploads. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. NBA Twitter is a lot of funny things, memes, gifs.
It is sometimes more exciting than the actual games.
It's not the family that I want, but it's the family that I need.
NBA Twitter is everything.
One person's trash is often another's treasure. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 coolest items brought in on Pawn Stars. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the most unique and impressive items brought in on the hit TV show Pawn Stars. It doesn't matter whether or not a sale was made on these items, just so long as the item was cool enough to start up a conversation.
Right behind all the cops, the helicopters.
Amazing.
It was very surreal.
Number 10. BMW of Death. We start our list off with something a little morbid. In the 15th season of Pawn Stars, Rick and Chumley go to visit a Las Vegas car dealership called Celebrity Cars to look at a special doomed set of wheels. The car in question is the BMW in which rapper Tupac Shakur and Death Row Records head Suge Knight were driving when they were attacked on September 7th, 1996. Shakur died as a result of the multiple gunshot wounds he sustained during the incident. The BMW, on the other hand, has been cleaned and fixed up over the years, going through multiple dealers and auction sites, and has been listed by the dealer Moments in Time for $1.5 million.
I mean, the best I can figure is it's going to go between $200,000 or $1 million in an auction, and it just sort of depends on the auction. So, a lot more than I'm willing to pay for it, but I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Number 9. Einstein's Equations. Sometimes Rick makes a deal, and sometimes he doesn't. This is one of those times when he simply couldn't, but that doesn't make this item any less cool. A customer walks in with a set of mathematical equations purportedly scribbled down by none other than Albert Einstein.
Is it signed by him?
Well, it's just math that he did. I did some research. To actually have his math was one of the rarest things that you can get.
The Pawn Stars crew are excited, but obviously skeptical, so they bring in an expert to authenticate the piece. It turns out that the equations are actually legit, but valued at far less than the $18,000 asked by the customer.
I'd give you $3,000 for it. I mean, that's like the most money that makes sense to me.
Rick offers up $3,000 for the $5,000 piece, but his offer is rejected, and Einstein's equations walk back out through the door. Number 8. Presidential Smokes. The next item on our list is something a bit special, presidential swag. The Season 7 episode, Close But No Cigar, featured a customer who operated a private museum and was looking for some quick cash. He brought in a used humidor, or cigar box, that was previously owned by former U.S. President John F. Kennedy, complete with some vintage, unsmoked cigars still inside. Haggling between the pair shifted back and forth between the customer's $95,000 asking price and Rick's $50,000, with the final agreed upon price landing in between at a cool $60,000.
Got it, man.
All right. Meet you right over there, and we'll do some paperwork.
Okay. Not bad money for a bad habit. Number 7. Undersea Funds. Coin collecting is a hobby that dates back centuries and still captures the imaginations of many around the globe. One such collector walked into Rick's shop with a very rare piece, a 1906 coin which belonged to John W. Gill, one of the deceased passengers from the doomed ship Titanic.
I have museum-trained experts out here making sure that these relics are preserved and cataloged properly.
The customer had a firm figure in mind before he even walked through the doors, $125,000. Unfortunately for him, Rick's expert pointed out that similar coins had only sold in the $3,000 to $4,000 mark, a price drop for which this coin collector was unwilling to abide.
I mean, if it sold like a year ago for 21, there's no way of justifying 125.
The coin was then listed on eBay for just under $100,000. Number 6. Mysterious Money. The D.B. Cooper 727 hijacking is one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries of all time. So when a customer walks into
Oh my God.
with a tiny piece of an original $20 bill stolen during the heist, it's a one-of-a-kind offer the pawnbroker just can't let slip away.
It's just a weird one. This is one of those things you just can't look up in a book. How about $1,500?
The customer had already authenticated the fragment with the PCGS currency grading service, so it's just up to him, Rick, and the old man to agree on a price. The owner doesn't seem to want to budge on his number.
Alright, hello?
Eventually lets the bill go for $16.
Dude, my face hurts.
Of all my years of doing this, I've never seen anything like this in the shop. Ever.
Number 5.
Hey, let's play some playground.
Is not one of those
Winner.
Mormon founder Joseph Smith's lifetime and is praised by book experts.
Season 1.
With an app. I don't mean I shop for a car. I mean I went from
That just annoys me. People say season 1. There is no season 1.
It don't fucking hurt you.
Oh, wait, no, this gun's up anyway.
Okay, so don't hit me.
Come on, bro. Come on, I need a gun.
Okay, then no more hitting each other.
No, don't touch me. Fuck you, you got AIDS, ho.
Yeah, dude.
This is what you're gonna look like, bitch. Stop it. Come here and look what you're gonna look like.
Shut up.
Who, me? You? Yeah, I know you. That's why you're trying to speak.
I'm talking to Miguel. I'm talking to Miguel.
Yeah, I got
Miguel won't leave me alone.
Hey, you wanna know who looks like you? Come here. Come here. Come here. I have someone that looks like you in Fortnite.
Oh, no. No. Bro, can I at least have some shotgun ammo?
What? It's the truth. Don't hit me. What the fuck?
I just hit you.
0.
Because it's me.
8 bullets. I have 0 bullets right now. 0 extra bullets for me to reload.
Why are you hitting me?
Because I told you if it's ugly, I'm beating your ass.
Well, it's not ugly. You think that's ugly? What about her?
You think it's cute because you're gay.
What about her?
I need to get the safe.
She okay?
They're coming right down. I see it. Come on, just give me the safe for 1 second and then I'm done.
So you keep blocking. What? Hacking. Are you friends with Destiny?
Come on, bro. I really
Destiny Dunlap? Destiny Dunlap.
Breeze
friend. No, here, you got it back now. Here, you got it.
Why?
No, she just came out.
No. You got it back now. You got it.
Don't care.
I keep doing the wrong thing. There, now you got it.
Don't forget a concussion.
Do you really?
Can I have some tac ammo?
So you missed.
Miguel, can I have some tac? Can I have some bullets on tac?
Ow! Bye. Go, get away. You fucking slut, you nigger. And you like to be a nigger?
Apparently, Chumley just couldn't sit tight, so